Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, I was gonna make a video about looking at altcoins, but from the time that I recorded my first video earlier today to now, Bitcoin has shot up a considerable amount more. Um, we were talking about how Bitcoin was just touched 15K on Bitstamp. On some other exchanges, it actually went over. And then in just a few short hours of the day, we have almost hit $16,000. This is incredible price action. I was talking about how it looked like Bitcoin was going through this rising channel, and now we are like obviously above that channel, and no matter how much like redrawing of this channel, like this top channel here, truly indicates that we've pushed through. Now, uh, this is great. I'm always welcome for Bitcoin to move up. However, I think this is a better time than any to remind myself and try to keep things in perspective for everyone else. Uh, at this price point, we're about 26% away from reaching Bitcoin's all-time high. Not even. At these current price levels, we're around 24% away from reaching Bitcoin's all-time high. I mean, we could even bring it up to $20,000, and that brings it up to 26. But I think it wicked up to like 19,000. Yeah, 19,666. But if we just call it even 20K, 26% away. Now that's uh, in all aspect, think about it, 26% is not a lot. It's $4,000. However, um, there I want to make like manage expectations. Uh, you may be prescribed to the 4 year cycle theory. You may perceive a different theory, um, like an argument to say that, well, we have more institutional investors now. There's a lot more capital flowing through. Therefore, Bitcoin will shoot up quicker. Um, no amount of institutional money is going to make this go any faster, in my honest opinion. I feel like Bitcoin's following a pattern. It has been following a pattern for the past like few cycles that we've been here for. And the higher the price of Bitcoin, the more money it's simply going to take to move up the price. It's going to take more exponential capital to move up the price further. So yeah, we might have more institutional money than when we had, say, like here. But I hear Bitcoin's price was $996 or $1,000 if you want to call it that. So it took a lot less capital to take this Bitcoin to this price than from here to wherever you want to set your Bitcoin all time high to. It's that's in simply my opinion. Um, we are now, if I bring it up here, we are now on like percentage wise above the 20-week moving average. We're 42% above the 20-week moving average. The RSI, which is an indicator that you can use to indicate when Bitcoin is overbought or oversold. If it's over 70, it tends to be oversold. We're currently at 78. Now, I don't want to make this video to say that Bitcoin is going to go down. Um, I made it clear in my previous video that both potential factors could happen. At the moment right now, Bitcoin seems to have the momentum. It has been trending up ever since March. So it definitely has momentum. However, as I said before, it could feel almost natural or even expected for Bitcoin to come back down, retrace, move sideways, etc. However, that's not the case. Um, so, what I want to instill or keep reminding ourselves is that we need to be prepared for both. Um, if you follow the theory of lengthening cycles, that where each cycle from Bitcoin's two all-time highs, so like from the all-time high of 2013 to 2017 all-time high to the all-time high of 20 uh, if I go onto this is Bitstamp, but if I essentially go to the BLX, we're talking from 2013 to 2017, from 2011 to 2013, the amount of time it takes from one all-time high to the next is getting longer. That is the theory that I believe in, and that's what's going to happen with Bitcoin. If I bring up my drawings here, I've lined up essentially when of Bitcoin's previous all-time high and when the price was trending up after the bear market. At what time essentially did Bitcoin then reach back to the all-time high? So for the first cycle, you can argue that it took about 630 days. We're on the weekly time frame, by the way, where it took 630 days from 2013 to 2017. We reached back to the previous all-time high in 1,204 days, and currently we are at day 157. Sorry, 1,057. From the last all-time high of 2017 to today, from to this week. If say so essentially what I'm trying to say is that uh, don't expect Bitcoin to go up to 20K today. Um, the possible is low, but it's never zero. But I bet my money that it won't. However, even in the coming months, say within this year, that'll take us to 141 days to January. Say like the first, like the end of January. I have it set to January 20, week of the 25th of January. That'll still be 141 days. That's still not as long as the previous cycle. Um, how long will it take? I simply don't know. But I can definitely bet that it's going to take more than 1,200 days um, from peak to reaching that past peak. So that would then indicate that Bitcoin may be a little too bullish at this moment. And so, like a lot of the indicators say that. So I mentioned before that we're currently, well, let's get back to the Bitstamp because that has the live price. Currently, I said that we're at 41% above the moving average. Uh, when we look at the previous cycle, when it was riding the 20-week, we did see 85% above the moving average, 49% above the moving average, 44% above the moving average, 45, 105, 72, and I think the last one here would have been 182% above the 20-week moving average. So yes, it shows considerable percentages above the moving average. I would expect because I would not compare the volatility of today's Bitcoin with the last cycle's Bitcoin. I would say that we're less volatile than we were before, and because of that, I don't expect. Again, don't expect, but it is possible that we would reach these high percentages above the 20-week moving average. Um, the smallest one in the last cycle was 49%. And even then, we're inching closer and closer to that percentage point. My argument is that at some point, the higher it goes in the shorter amount of time, my contention is that it gives it adds more risk to buying Bitcoin at these levels. There's more risk to then expect Bitcoin to go to further highs, um, which is not the same thing as to say it's going to retrace, because Bitcoin could very well um, keep rising. Say it does hit $16,000 up here. Then instead of retracing, it can definitely move sideways, and eventually the moving average will come and make contact with it. Therefore, bringing down the percentage. But as we've seen in the past cycle, moving sideways into the moving average doesn't necessarily happen. We do see a considerable retrace when it gets to a certain point back to the moving average, when we saw these 30%, 40% corrections down to the moving average. So that is one. Number two, when we look at the RSI on the weekly chart, we can see that the last bubble or bull run of 2019, where we reached $13,000, $14,000, we did make a peak on the RSI at about 79, 78. In the last bull market, it was 86, 79, 80, in that upper range there. Currently, we're at 78. So it's something to keep your eye on, definitely, because we're kind of getting into the, in my opinion, we're kind of getting into the phase of oversold. Um, as I said before, Bitcoin could very well come up to $20,000. However, from what I said before, from the distance to the moving average, percentage-wise, from the RSI to the idea of lengthening cycles, let me bring it back to the BLX, to bringing it back to the lengthening cycles, all of it shows that Bitcoin's coming in a little too hot, and uh, is coming too hot too quickly. So that could indicate that that could indicate, and it becomes more and more of a possibility the higher that Bitcoin goes in this time frame. When Bitcoin, if Bitcoin was at $16,000 by the at the end of the year, um, my views would change because more time has passed. We'd probably spent that time in this range anyway, uh, helping to build support. It becomes more of a slower progression. However, if it's shooting up like 30%, like this week was 15%, the last week was 5, 13. If we take the percentage moves from the last 4 weeks, we are up like we're up 40% on Bitcoin, which is insane. Um, it makes it more and more of a possibility that Bitcoin is coming to unsustainable levels, and this is not something to be negative about. It's something that you might consider as an opportunity. Not an opportunity to buy, but an opportunity to sell some of your positions. Now, I know it's crazy. I thought like either you're buying and holding for the long term, which in this case, this is not relevant to you, but I would contend that it would be. Because if we are coming in at an oversold level, the distance to the moving average is pretty high or is getting to that point to being really high. Um, to the idea that if you do believe in lengthening cycles, that we're simply not there yet, this could be a good time to sell a portion of your position and take advantage of the profit that is given to you this early on. If we're talking about if we're talking about Bitcoin reaching 20K in like 2021, then you're gaining profits already. There's a chance that Bitcoin rises up and then corrects back down to the 20 week. And if say you sold here and the moving average becomes like $12,000, we'll just buy back in at $12,000 if you want, and you would in turn get more Bitcoin because that should be the prerogative to stack Sats to um, get a larger position um, to make money on. And if you're one of the people that are just holding it for the tech or for the real long term for 10 years, I simply don't know why you're watching trading videos then, because none of this has any kind of relevance to you. And if you are holding it for 10 years, then yes, Bitcoin will become substantially higher. I agree. But there would have been so many opportunities within those 10 years that you could have taken advantage of to sell high and then buy back low and I'm not talking of the day to day. I'm talking over months and years even, because we're talking about the last cycle. That you could say that's from 2013 to 2017. That's 4 years of price action that you could have definitely took advantage of these macro swings, and in the end, um, get what you were wanting to do and stack more sats than you had before. In short, manage your expectations. a good thing never lasts. Let's say that. A good thing never lasts, even Bitcoin. Bitcoin has given us amazing price action for the past few weeks. Uh, it might be in your prerogative to take advantage of that. Or if you're one who really likes altcoins, well, this is a time when altcoins have been bleeding immensely. And this might be a time to start shifting your position. If you were looking to gain more risk, uh, matter of fact, if you're looking to gain more risk, maybe start shifting your portfolio to altcoins, or shifting your positions to a stable coin, which then can be put back into Bitcoin or into other altcoins. Because at the same time, if Bitcoin really does correct hard, then that these guys are going to bleed too. But at the moment right now, it seems like altcoins are really, really well. I mean, the new candle on Bitstamp just started, so we can only say, I mean, like 2 days ago, Ethereum gained like 2.5% against Bitcoin, and the following day lost 6%. So right now, all coins are extremely volatile. It's pretty nerve wracking if you had positions up here, but that is for another video. Um, please manage your expectations. Please manage your risk. It's always exciting when we see Bitcoin reach higher highs. Um, let me know if Bitcoin has met your expectations on a time frame. Did you expect Bitcoin to be up at 16K at this point? I sure didn't, but it's nice to see. I was expecting it'll take a little longer, but this is always nice. And in fact, I probably did take a look, like trying to deleverage the risk at this moment, because everything is really shooting up. So for myself, I am uh, deleveraging, so to speak. So I did have um, some small positions. Uh, actually, I'll talk briefly about it here. During this time, I made a leveraged buy on Bitcoin longs on Deribit, and I've been holding them ever since. Not on perpetual swap. I bought them on the futures contract, but I did have a small position, and I've just been slowly offloading it. Like, I didn't sell everything up here where we are right now, but I've been, ever since that, when it was rising, I've been slowly selling it off, and I'm at the point where I'm kind of near the end of my positions. Like, I don't have much of a position in it anymore, and I'm considering if it goes any further higher. Like, for example, if Bitcoin reaches like 85 RSI, that position, that Deribit position is gone. Like, I'm selling it, and that's good enough for me for the short term, and that's taking advantage of rises. Um, and lastly, like that I feel is a better situation than holding, like accumulating here. Like, let's just take the last cycle. Like, say you were accumulating in this range, like this is amazing prices, like under $500 Bitcoin, and you rode the price all the way up, and you're saying, I'm not selling, I'm not selling, I'm not selling, I'm not selling, and then you just saw it disappear. Not all of it, but a considerable amount just disappeared. Would have felt a lot better if I sold here, here, like here, and if I got lucky, I timed the top here. I'd feel a lot more better selling it at those levels than watching it, just all of it just go away. Because if you are bullish on Bitcoin for the long term, use those profits that you sold up here and then buy back down here. Anyway, that's the end of my rant. Please manage your risk. Please manage expectations. But at the same time, enjoy the price action. I'll see you guys later. If you liked the video, hit the like button down below. If you really liked it, hit subscribe. See you next time.